Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, what we're going to do today is we are fitting a new consumer unit today at the major build here in Coventry. It's the first time I've ever fitted these boards. Anybody who knows me knows that I generally fit Hager boards, but there's a lot of buzz around the fusebox consumer units, so that's basically what I'm going to be fitting today. So it's got the mini RCBOs in there, it's SPD. So yeah, like I say, it's completely paid for by myself. I'm not being paid to promote this in one iota. So I am genuinely looking forward to fitting it. So yeah, so obviously if you like the channel and you haven't already subscribed, like I say, just a reminder to everyone, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you hit the link in the corner, because it does massively help the channel, to be fair, to allow me to keep producing these videos and stuff, which I do enjoy making. But yeah, so better get stuck into it and we'll have a look at the board, and we'll catch up with you in a minute. Cheers for watching. Right, first of all, I'm going to apologise for the strobing, but I haven't got any other light and it's all boarded up for there, so I've got no natural light at the minute. Steve-o.
Good morning.
Good morning, world. Yeah, so on first impressions, like I say, I mounted this up. First impressions, it's actually a really decent board. I like on here that you've got the torque settings for your terminals up here, and also on the breakers, main switch and things like that, it's actually got those on there. I don't know if you can see them properly. So obviously it's very important to torque things up. So the gist of it is, right, I'm going to give you a bit of a insight of what's going on this particular job. So this is our temporary supply here, which is the one that I put in on a previous video at pretty much the start of the job. Now we've been here for quite some time because obviously we've built the house. So this is coming off, but for now, there's how it's working on this job is we're going to be second fixing the ground floor, but not the upstairs at all, because it's not ready. It needs to be done in the second phase for us. So all the ground floor is going to get done, but not obviously the upstairs. So this is why it is like it is. So what I'm going to do is, so like now I'll be fitting all the mini RCBOs, which are these ones, which actually look really cool. So now if you're comparing the price from this to Hager, it is significantly different. This is a lot cheaper, and you know, so far, to be honest, it's actually a really decent board. Now I know there's, like I say, if anyone follows me on Instagram and things like that, you know, I generally, like I say, you'll see on all the images and stuff that it's generally always Hager that I fit. So this is 100% the first time I've fitted this. Now a lot of lads that I follow on Instagram are raving about these. This is why I want to try it. So I contacted Consumer Unit World and I've paid for this board to be sent out, and so here we are. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set you up on time lapse. I'm going to get all the mini RCBOs in, get them all smashed in here. The reason why these ones have not been brought through is because these are for upstairs, and there's also an oven supply which is not needed at the minute. So they're going to be in the second phase. So they're going to be making sure that they can't be energised by any means. So I'm going to get all these in. I'll dress them all in, and then once I've done all the second fix in the house, I can then swap the tails over, because I can do all my dead tests and everything and get it all sorted. But so yeah, so I'll get cracking. But yeah, so if you haven't used Consumer Unit World, as a first time customer for them, the service has been fantastic, to be honest. It's turned up when they said they were going to send it, and to be honest, they informed me all the way. I mean, because here is a site, so it's locked up. One day I wasn't, you know, I missed the delivery because it came a bit later than what I was here, because I forgot, basically. It was my fault. And then they sent me a text message straight away saying, look, they've missed the delivery, they're going to send it back out the next morning, which is they did. And so yeah, so far happy days. So I better get cracking, less waffling, got loads of stuff to do, and I'll set you up on time lapse and we'll get cracking. So have you seen, as I was doing that, like I say, I've never fitted one of these boards before, so it's, whenever I change manufacturer, I don't quite know which way is the best for me to work that out. So I was trying to keep all these as long as possible, but it wasn't working for me. It looked an absolute dog's dinner. So in the end, I cut them down, put some bootlace ferrules on, and it's much better for me. I think that's probably the way I'm going to go on future boards for these. I just think it looks a bit neater, trying to keep them all neat and tidy there. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these bedded in now, mark up what's what on here. But like I said in a previous video, I started labelling them up on first fix wise. So this one's off the boiler supply on here. I started using the label maker because these are not easy to get off. You might as well just cut these off. So if this has been a little while, and if you've been kicking around on the floor, as you can see, so you don't want to lose those. So, but yeah, I'll get you set back up on time lapse, and I'll get these put in. So that's where I've got up to now. I say overall, really impressed with this board. So what I'm gonna have to do is, like I say, I'm gonna do the second phase as such. So they're gonna have to tuck back under here, and then obviously come through where they need to. But yeah, I've still got some dressing and things like that to do, but obviously I've got to do all the testing and all the rest of it. But I just want to point out something, because just in case people start ripping me to shreds about it, that yes, I'm using the impact driver to quickly nip them up. That's not the finished article on there, because you can't do it that way, because if I did that on high torque, that would just smash these to bits. It wouldn't last 2 seconds. So I've got, which is a weapon of choice for me, is the Weir torque screwdriver, which is brilliant. So what I normally do in this situation here is I get all my cables in, use the impact driver just to quickly, and they are literally just nipped up. There's barely anything on them. So then what I'd normally do is, once, like in this position now, these cables, like I say, are on the second phase for me. So what I'll then do is, once it's all dressed up and it's all tested, I'll then basically go through the whole procedure of just tightening, torquing all these up properly, making sure they're all good, good tip for the meter tails is once you've torqued them up, is give them a little wiggle. I know obviously loosen that clamp up, but give them a little wiggle, torque them again, because you'll be surprised they will go a little bit more just where they settle in. Then tighten your clamp up. But yeah, overall, actually really like this board. Dare I say that if I was fitting a RCBO board, then I think this is going to be the way to go for me. Yeah, really happy with them. Like the Hager ones are good, but from what the last one I did, it was a big, I'm not sure whether 20 ways, something like that. Somebody else will correct me, no doubt, in the comments below. But when you get to the small RCBO on this side, the flying lead was too short. That's on the Hager. That's the bit that so you have to really make sure that they come up here. So I don't really like that on there. That's the only negative on them, other than the price for Hager. But yeah, so far so good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the buzz bar in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, start second fixing a lot of other stuff now. But yeah, overall chuffed with that. Right, so I've fitted that now. It's all done and dusted as far as I need to right now. Like I said, this is our temporary board. Everyone needs power and stuff at the minute. And because I've still got a load of second fix to do, I've left the tails out. So once this is all done and second fixed and tested up, it's just a case for me is taking these off. That's our site board as such. Taking these off and then putting my new tails in. But yeah, the fusebox consumer unit, overall, I'm really impressed with it. I'm going to be honest, I was a bit sceptical, being that I've fitted Hager boards for the last probably 10 years, as I wouldn't really fit anything else. So to move away from something else is quite a big deal for me. So I think for me, if it's going to be an RCBO board, then 100% I'll fit fusebox, 100%. There's seems to be a little bit more room, like I said earlier on, that the flying leads are a bit longer on these mini RCBOs than the Hager ones, so that works for me. And the quality is good as well. To be honest, for the money, what you're paying for it, you can't fault them. So, like I say, I got this one from Consumer Unit World. The website's really straightforward as well, and if you're not completely sure what you're buying, just give them a call and they'll sort it out for you. But yeah, so overall, really happy with it. Just talked to Steve about it as well and see what his views were on it. And like he said, he likes the blanks as well. You know, like the blanks here. He says they seem like a better job on there. I mean, like I say, different manufacturers have the little naffy plastic things that, you know, you can just do that and they push in. But yeah, I mean, for me, what's left to do, if anyone's wondering now, the reason why it's not all labelled up, because it's not energised. I know what does what, and then what I'm going to do is label it all up in one go once I've got it all energised on this first phase. But yeah, overall, really happy with it. But yeah, if you haven't already and you liked the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the corner. I'll put a link on our Instagram page as well, because like, as I'm installing this, I've been putting messages and things like that on about it. But yeah, so thanks for your support, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.